Ahoy, shipmates! It's a bright and breezy day here in the port of Southampton on May the 1st. I shall come back to why May the 1st is important. But at the moment you can see the clouds are rushing over the water. It's quite spectacular. Problem is, I can't get very close to the Queen Mary 2. It may not look windy out there, but for my little drone, it almost exceeds its operating speed. If I give my little wind meter out, what are we looking at here? We're looking at gusts of 9.2 meters a second, I saw there briefly, and I'm rated only for 10 meters a second takeoff. So I've had to do a bit of editing here. I'll just speed things up and zoom in a bit, because it's so windy I can't even get any further down the dock. In fact, I don't think I've flown in such a windy day in quite some time. But the Queen Mary 2 has left dock, proceeding to the container port area, where she will begin to turn around. But back to May the 1st. May the 1st, as you all well know, is International Workers' Day. And the International Chamber of Shipping and the International Transport Workers Federation have called for seafarers around the world to sound their ship horns at 12 noon local time. And indeed, there was a cacophony of ship horns all around the port of Southampton at 12 noon, which woke this old sea dog up. I did not know about this beforehand, so my apologies for not recording a wonderful array of horns at midday. You can see the Queen Mary 2 is moving in and out of clouds. I know this footage is sped up and it's not quite that quick, but in reality the clouds are moving really quickly, and there are a few white caps on the water. It is a struggle. My drone is drifting backwards. In fact, it's almost impossible to maintain any speed into the wind. Rated for 42 miles an hour with no wind. Into a wind, if there's a 30 mile an hour wind, it's pretty much stationary. And that's what I'm experiencing today. So I hope you all forgive me for the weather conditions. It's just some things are beyond my control. However, the Queen Mary 2, which was launched in March 2003, has a top speed of 30 knots, or 56 kilometers an hour for you continental types, or 35 miles per hour. So there's a good chance if the Queen Mary 2 was at sea at maximum speed, I would not be able to keep up with the drone. Whereas most cruise ships have a top speed nearer the 20 knots mark, which would be much easier to keep pace with. Total number of passengers on board are 2,700 with 1,253 crew. I don't think there are any passengers on board today. And of course there is another problem with high winds. It flattens the batteries really quickly. Quick swap of the batteries. And we're back. That's the police patrol boat you can see whizzing past us. Oh, I can see the Queen Mary 2 is almost completely hiding the container ship behind. Which, if memory serves me correctly, is the Aldana. And she's a bit of a whopper at 400 meters long. Unfortunately, she's arrived in the dark, and the Aldana will leave in the dark. And my drone doesn't really take very good video at night. Certainly in my sped up footage here, you can really see the clouds rushing over the water. And the wobbling of the pincher due to the instability of the craft in the sky. The Queen Mary 2, on the other hand, has a length of 345 metres, so is 55 metres shorter than the Aldana. Has a beam of 41 metres and a height of 72 metres. I don't know what the Aldana's height is, but from this angle I would say it's very similar. It's Friday again in the port of Southampton, and my favourite local pub with a view of the water, allowing the appreciation of the ships passing. The Dancing Man Brewery is open again for takeaway beer. I may well pop in and purchase some fresh ale for the weekend. Interestingly, there was an article in the Daily Telegraph today that suggested that when pubs reopen, social distancing should be the norm, and perhaps a limit on the amount of drinks each customer can have, maybe 2 or 3 pints. This was advice from a government advisor. Sounds terrible advice to me. Surely all the shipmates would go to one pub, have 2 pints, go to the next pub, have 2 pints, and so on and so forth, thereby visiting more pubs and sitting next to more people than they would do if they just stayed in one place. I think this is short-sighted advice from a government advisor. It's unclear where the Queen Mary 2 is off to. I'm led to believe it could be the Irish Sea, or perhaps the English Channel. Probably going out to empty some grey water, give the engines a spin, avoid some sort of taxation by being in port too long. The cruise ship companies are still unclear as when cruising will resume. I read an article that suggested that cruise ship companies may also struggle to find employees again, as being an employee on a cruise ship that then contracts the COVID-19 virus is a very uncomfortable experience. There have been many tales of shipmates stuck in crew quarters for weeks on end with no windows, almost like being in solitude in prison. I can see some shipmates on top. Must be a few crew up there. It doesn't look to me like they're socially distancing, but I shall give them a wave. Also on departure, the Queen Mary II gave a good old honk on the horn to Queen Victoria. And she replied with a couple of honks herself. I'm afraid I'll have to shut this one down rather shortly, because wind conditions are not favourable. Even so, the quality of the video is very good. The controlling is very difficult, and I'm going through batteries very quickly. Well, until next time, shipmates.